The 2021 Ford Expedition STX. Hi, I'm Tim Bartz, Internet Sales Manager here at McArthur Ford in Salina, Kansas, where you can find some of the best complete guide walk-around videos where we cover all the standard equipment, plus the different packages and optional equipment, all the features included from start to finish on every model and specific to the trim. Like on this video here, we're going to cover this STX model or trim for the Expedition, which is new for this year. So, you know, last year and previous years, you've been able, if you're a fleet customer or you own a business, to be able to get an XL Expedition if you needed to, but not been available to the public until you go up to the XLT. For this year, they've added an STX equipment group to the XL trim, so now even your everyday person can get a 5-seater Expedition if you want to be able to use this a lot for cargo and different things in the back. You really only need a 5-seater, but you want that extra cargo, you like driving maybe a bigger SUV type of vehicle, then this is going to be a great fit for you. So we're going to cover this STX package or trim for the Expedition. We're going to cover the standard equipment first, and then we're going to talk about there's one package available and then some standalone options. So we're going to cover all that in today's video. So let's go ahead and get started and talk about some mechanical features first. So starting with some of the mechanical features, let's talk about the engine first. Now this will come with the 3.5 liter EcoBoost engine. Of course, that's the standard engine on all Expeditions. It will come with the auto start-stop technology, which means if you come up to stoplight, stop sign, it's going to shut the vehicle off when you press that brake, and then when you let go of the brake, it's going to turn it back on. Now, if that's something you don't like, you can deactivate that. There's a button right above the screen there showing you a clip of it with a A with a circle around it. You just press that for that engine cycle, and it's going to shut that that possibility for it to stop, for the engine to stop like that if you don't like that. So it is it's the goal on that is to help with emissions. It could save you a little on gas, but really more for emissions than anything. So that's a great system, so you can use that, and of course you can deactivate it. Also, it's going to come with the 10-speed automatic transmission with select shift. Select shift means that you can put it in that manual mode, press that M button there, and it's going to be able to, you can shift it up and down like a manual transmission using the plus and minus behind the gear shift dial right there. Now this will come also for your 4x4s. You can get 4x4, then it's 2-wheel drive or 4x4, forgot to mention that. And if you do get it in the 4x4, you will get the 4-wheel drive system that it comes with. So you're going to get the intelligent 4x4. It'll come with the terrain management system, and that's that little dial there that has the drive mode. So you just turn that, and it's going to shift. It could shift that 4x4 system into 4 auto if it needs to. It has the 1-speed 4x4 system. So it can shift it between that 2 high and 4 auto, so you don't have to do it yourself. Just base it by the terrain that you're driving on, whether it be rainy out, or if it's what different conditions that are on there. You can switch it from normal to all those different conditions, and it's going to go ahead and change the shifting of the transmission. Your traction control can be deactivated, depends on what drive mode you're in. So great terrain management system that you'll really like. You also get hill descent control with your 4x4s as well. So you have a pretty good system there with these vehicles. Also, this will come with front and rear independent suspension, so giving a great ride. Those, both the left and right are independent of each other for the front as well as the back. So that way you can get a great ride with those imperfections in the road. I will tell you, of an Expedition myself, it drives great on the road with that front and rear independent suspension there. You're going to like that. Also do get hill start assist. So this being a little bit bigger vehicle, if you're on a hill, it's going to help get you started in those situations. So you'll have that, as well as you'll have the EPAS, electronic power assist steering. So that EPAS helps out. You're going to see that, driving on the highway, that wind doesn't push you from side to side, so it's going to stiffen that up. But in this parking lot, it's going to make it a little bit easier to turn. And that electronic stability control will also help you with some other different systems that the vehicle can get enabled with down the road when you go to upper trim. So real nice in how that all works. Also, this will come with the, of course, for safety, you will have the advanced track with roll stability control. And the whole goal behind that is going to use a series of brakes on the vehicle real quickly in milliseconds. If you're going on that curve maybe too fast, or maybe it's slick out, it uses those brakes around it to help you keep you on your intended path. And it will come with electronic stability control as well with that system. Now this will come with some other great safety features. You will have SOS post-crash alert system, honks and horns, flash of the lights if you're in an accident off the side of the road. Also, it's going to come with pre-collision assist with automatic emergency braking. So with that system, you will have the collision warning. So if you're going too fast, someone's going slower than you, or they're turning maybe real slow off the curve, and you're not hitting your brake, it's going to alert you. It's going to let you know by a series of tones and flashes that on the dash that you need to stop. And if you don't, it initiates the automatic emergency braking system. so it'll stop the vehicle. So that way also too helps you if you are transitioning over, you're going to start engaging that brake before you even hit that brake if it needs to put that system. So there's some great safety features that go in these vehicles. Also for the STX trim here, will only come in your regular length, not available in your max length. So we're going to have a regular length only for the STX, and it's going to come in either 2-wheel drive or 4x4. Told you about the 4-wheel drive system there. Also, it's going to come in with 5-passenger seatings, not available with a 3rd row on the STX trim. If you're wanting that 3rd row, you will need to go up to the XLT trim. So let's go ahead and turn this turntable around. Let's look at the front of the vehicle and show you some of the styling on this STX trim. Starting at the front, first thing I want to talk about is the windshield. This does have a special windshield, acoustic laminated windshield here. It's 2 pieces of glass with plastic in between, and what that's going to do is it's going to help deaden some of that sound and the wind noise, especially when you're on the highway, making it allow you to be able to talk to people there in the back seat a little bit easier. Let's talk about the headlights. You will get automatic halogen headlights. Automatic means if you want to have it in the auto setting, then the headlights, when it gets dark, headlights will come on. When it gets light out, it's going to shut them off. So you don't have to worry about it. They're just going to come on when you need them to come on. Also wiper activated. And the benefit of that is when it's raining, you have the wipers on, the headlights will come on. In a lot of states it is a law, so this kind of protects you for that, and it just usually a lot of times when it's raining it's also very cloudy outside, and nice safety precaution there. Also with this you will have the daytime running lights you can configure as well. So configurable daytime running lights for you, so if you do like them on just as a safety precaution, you can set that up as well. And you also do have auto high beams. So this does have some of the features as part of the part of the Copilot 360, like the pre-collision assist we talked about earlier, but also will have the auto high beams. So they're going to come on automatically. You know, if you're dark alley, it's really dark on dark road or something, the high beams will come on, so you'll be able to see a little bit easier. If someone approaches you, if you're in the city lights, it'll shut off. Now that is a feature you can deactivate, and I say that because we deactivate ours because of the road that we live on. We live on a dark, windy road, and man, just having this come on and off all the time, every time we have another house light, it wants to come on and off. So you can deactivate that in the lighting section of your settings real easily. Uncheck that box there and it will deactivate that feature. Also will come with the halogen fog lights as well. So fog lights are standard equipment on the STX trim here. Also, you'll notice the grille. So this is where sometimes the order guides aren't 100% correct for us. The order guide does tell us that it has a magnetic grille. That's why I like having the vehicles here in person to do these videos on. As you can see, it is a painted black grille up here on the front. So do like the look of it, but it's not magnetic like the order guide says. It is actually black with the chrome bars above and below. Even has a black piece down here as well on the front part of the bumper, where you'd see the front tag bracket. So by the way, front tag bracket is standard equipment in states that require a front tag. Kansas is not one of those, so it's a standalone option. We'll talk about that later when we get to standalone options. You also have active grille shutters in there. They're going to open and close. Nothing you have to do on your part, just it's based on how fast you're going. So when you're going a little bit faster, it's going to close this up, let for a little bit better aerodynamics, but you know, going slower in town, it opens that up, allowing for the airflow to come in to help cool off the 3.5 liter EcoBoost engine. Now moving over here to the side, the first thing you want to see is the wheels over here. It is the 18-inch magnetic painted alloy wheel, which is correct from the order guide. You will come with all-season tires as standard equipment on this. It will also come with tire pressure monitoring system for all 4 of the tires. 4-wheel disc brake with ABS is also going to be standard equipment on this. For the mirrors over here, a lot of features over here. Now this is different than what the order guide says, and instead of being that molded in black that comes up from one of the other XL trims, you actually get the black painted mirror caps, and I like that. It's not real base. You'll notice on this trim, this STX, it doesn't look real base. It really doesn't. You know, you're going to see a bunch of different accents. Normally you see a lot of molded in material, you know, on your very base trim. Even with this one, you don't see that. So nice on the STX. So black painted mirror caps here, manual fold mirror, so it does manual fold in. You have power and heat feature to the glass, so that you can adjust the glass on the inside, and when you turn your defrost on, it's going to defrost the mirrors as well. Security approach lamp as well. It's going to be standard equipment, so if you use that key fob, which it does come with 2 key fobs here with an unlock, lock, and it allows us to open the back. The key is actually inside, so for some reason you run out of gas or something, you'll need to use that key to be able to get in there, and when you pull the key back, that's where you're going to be able to get into that if you need to, or the door handle. So that's going to be there. That comes with that key fob. But if you unlock the vehicle, then it's going to light up that security approach lamp on the side of the vehicle, a puddle lamp, some people like to call it, on the vehicle. Will come with Bliss. Another feature is part of the Copilot 360 feature, so looks like it has about all of them on this vehicle. So what that means is it's going to monitor your blind spot. If someone's in your blind spot over there, it's going to put a light in the corner of that mirror, those two cars are, and let you know it's not safe to go in that lane at that time. A little known fact as well, if you have your turn signal on, it's going to blink. So really want you to see that and know there's someone over there, do not go into that lane. Also, as you're backing up, a cross-check alert. If someone's going to cross your path behind you, uses those same sensors and technology, it lights up the mirror on the side they're coming from, put the message on the dash, but more importantly, those tones will let you know it's not safe for you to back up. You need to look both ways. Sometimes it's already past you by the time you're looking around, and you'll wonder why it went off, but more than likely somebody did go by you, behind you, and you just didn't know it. So I love all the mirror features that comes with this, this vehicle here. You'll see the nice chrome beltline molding, so even on this you're going to have that chrome accent around there. It wraps around the back of the lift gate and onto the other side over there. Body colored door handles, so not the molded in black, but body colored door handles. You will see a couple molded in black cases. One of them is the running boards over here on the side, so the black platform running boards. And you'll also see the side rails up here on the top. Those roof rack side rails are the molded in black. So molded in means that they're going to take that black color and they're going to put it in with the mold. So that way it's going to be a black color, because typically it's not black. So that way it kind of gives you that black color, and you're going to actually feel that a little bit rougher feel to it, but it's going to be a little more durable for things too. So especially on these running boards, it will protect you from those rock chips and such on the bottom. You will have the privacy glass in these side windows, these quarter windows, as well as the back glass. So even with that, dresses it up, makes it look sharp, but also makes it a little bit cooler for those in the second row, and then also helps kind of hide some things in the back row. It's hard for them to be able to see back there, to see what you have in there, which kind of helps out as well. You'll see the STX badging here over here, so I like that touch on the vehicle too. And then you're going to have the Easy Fuel capless filler door. So no cap to worry about leaving behind, getting your hands dirty, scratching up the back if it hangs down or anything like that. It's a double door system. You just put that nozzle in there, fill it up. When you're done, take it out. If you do run out of gas, it does have to have an exact size nozzle as what comes with the fuel pumps there. So you will need to use the funnel that is located inside. We'll show you where that's located when we get to the back. Also, lastly, this does have secure passive anti-theft system with a perimeter alarm. So, which means that, you know, if you have the vehicle locked, even if the windows are rolled down and somebody tries to reach in, it's going to notice that someone's, you know, invading into that perimeter, and it's going to set the alarm off. So, real nice system and how all that works, and some great technologies here. Even on this STX trim, which is your kind of your starter level, there's some great look to it here on the outside. But let's continue the back, see how it looks back there, and some other features in the cargo area. So moving to the back, you will have the body colored rear spoiler back here. You'll have a center high mounted stoplight. That's your brake light. You'll have rear defrost with rear wiper over here. Also, you will have the high gloss black pieces right here too. Now this glass does pop separate from the lift gate, and there's a switch over here. I believe it actually, yeah, it's right up here, right by the rear view camera right here. Press that, and that opens that glass up. So it is, you know, has the little struts there. So then it closes real easily there. You'll see the nice chrome accent here on the back. So even the STX gets a nice chrome accent. You'll see the halogen rear tail lights back here. And then I mentioned the rear view camera. So you're gonna be able to see as you're backing up, part of that Copilot 360 suite of features there. You'll have the body colored bumpers here in the back with a nice black molding on the top to kind of protect that top of that bumper from dropping things as you set them into the vehicle. You will see down here magnetic painted rear skid plate. That's this back here that protects it from rocks and such, and then also comes across here in the body on the bottom. I actually didn't show you that on the front. That has the same accent on the front too. So if you look closely, I'll show you that clip right now, since I did forget to talk about it. It does have that same magnetic finish up there too, so they do match the front and the back. You will have a hitch cover here, so it does come standard with the Class 4 receiver hitch with the 4-pin and 7-pin wiring and the trailer sway control. So pretty good having a standard hitch on the vehicle without having to go up to a tow package to get a hitch. But we are going to talk about there is a tow package you can get even on this STX to upgrade the towing capabilities to like 9,000 pounds or somewhere around there, maybe 9,300. It does have a manual lift gate here, so you just press this button under here and you just lift it up. It pretty much starts to go on its own after a little bit there. In here you do have front and rear floor mats, standard equipment. So it's kind of nice having them even in the rear. So some vehicles only have them in the front. So even on this STX, you're getting front and rear floor mats. Inside the cargo area, you can see, again, no third row seats. So a nice big cargo area, just like you'd see if maybe, if you had an Expedition with a third row with it laid down, that's what you're going to see. So lots of cargo room. Again, this is really made for someone that doesn't have a lot of people to carry, but they have some cargo they want to carry, whether it be they manage a ball team or something like that. They have a lot of cargo in the back, or maybe they just need to pull a camper or a trailer or some sort, but they don't need all that seat and they'd rather have all the storage. I will be honest, we have an Expedition XLT and I keep the third row seat down almost all the time. I put it up when the whole family goes together, but a lot of my kids are older now. They've moved out, and but we like the Expedition for all the cargo. We have a grandson that has a wheelchair, so having a wheelchair and being able to put it in there is nice, being able to do that. And so that's why we like, the Expedition having all that cargo room back here. So that might fit exactly for you as well. You'll see a little compartment in here. When you open that up, and it actually does stay up, it's hinged there. You do have a cargo netting in here that comes standard with that. You can, position it back here, put balls and stuff like that so they won't roll around throughout their grocery sacks. Now they're, instead of coming with paper sacks anymore, come with the plastic sacks. They'll, of course, roll around when you get back from the supermarket. They're clear up the front. You can put them all in the cargo netting. On the right side, you will have a jack over there. So that's where you're gonna find your jack, and you'll notice the funnel is located right there. So if you do run out of gas, you'll know where that's located right in there. And the left side has a good amount of cargo room space in there too. There is a front cargo room space as well. That front part comes completely out. So what's really nice is you can actually kind of pull it from back here if you need to, so you don't have to reach in. And that comes completely out of the vehicle, and it's just, kind of material that's real nice and light. And then lots of cargo room in there to put some things in there as well. So they've, utilized that cargo area, putting some things in there. So if you have, things that you carry all the time in the vehicle, then you can put those back in there pretty easily underneath. It doesn't take away from any of your other cargo room. Look at all the little storage compartments on the left side as well as on the right side. Do have a power point on that right side up there by that cargo area. You'll notice still has the cup holders because they make these, knowing that, in the factory it's so much easier for them to make it for all trim levels. So you'll notice that even on this one here, you're going to see the cup holders in the back where the third row seat would normally be. But again, no third row seat. So real nice and convenient. All the storage you have in here. And again, for someone that really is looking for something that they don't need a lot of people hauling, but they do a lot of cargo hauling, this is going to be a great trim for a lot of people, I think. Now as we move to the interior, the color interior that's available on the STX is only available in the ebony interior color. So that's our only option. So what you're seeing here is the color interior you're going to have. So give you a clip across the dash, you can see that. So all black interior environment, the headliner as well, all as that ebony interior, and all accents across the dash. So you can see a black interior. So if you want some more upscaled look and such, you really will need to go up to the XLT. But I do like ebony interior, so I'm fine with that. Cloth seating surfaces is going to be standard equipment on these. So again, cloth seating, 5-seat. I mentioned that earlier. But you have, of course, captain's chairs up here, front bucket seats, and with this flow-through console here, and seat 3 in the back. So your seating adjustment for this, the passenger seat will get a manual seat adjustment. You have a lever on the front that'll slide forward and back, and you'll have a manual recline over there on the side over there. For the driver's seat, though, you will have a power adjustment over here, and I think it goes forward and back, and then the front cushion does come up and down, as well as the rear cushion. So it looks like it could be an 8-way or probably a 6-way there. It does have power lumbar over here and then a manual recline. So it is a 6-way. So the back part goes up and down, the front part goes up and down, and then forward and back. So a 6-way there with a power lumbar as well. So pretty nice, even on STX having a power driver's seat over here. So back seats 3 back there. It is a 40-20-40 split bench seat. Each one of those seats has a lever on the front so they can slide forward and back. Pretty nice. So even taller people in there can do that. You will have a manual tip and slide for those 2 outside seats, which means that you can put those car seats in there, front-facing car seats. Talk a little bit more about that in a second, but you can put those in there, and as long as you're not using the shoulder harness, if you're using that latch system, then you can just use the tip and slide. So you pull the lever beside the headrest up there, and it'll release, and then it'll actually just keep that same position and allow you to slide forward if you need to get in the back. Of course, no third row, so I'm not sure why you would want to need to get back there, but if you have something, maybe in the back seat, you can do that.
You see that more on the the XLT, where you get a third row seat. But that latch system, lower anchors and tethers for children, allows you to harness then those car seats, booster seats, front as well as rear facing, into those back of that seat down there where the backrest and the seat cushion come together. Also, you do have the harness on the back, so if you have a front facing car seat, you can tether that strap on the back of that seat using that system back there too. So love that. Also does have the child safety locks on those doors, so you can lock those doors out as well. Behind this console, you'll notice climate control back here. This does have a tri-zone climate control. We'll get into more of that when we get to the climate here on the dash, but you'll have climate controls back here. You also have 3 ways to power devices. You have a power point down there in the lower part, and up there above you will have 2 USB ports, a USB Type A and a USB Type C. So plenty of ways to power devices for those sitting in the back seat, and 2 cup holders here on the back of the console. Here on the front door, you do have the power windows, locks, and mirror switches. So real nice having those. I don't know if they're one touch, so let's actually turn the vehicle on. Sorry about the sounds there, but let's turn this on, because I did forget to look and see if it's power one touch. So the driver's door is one touch down as well as up. The front window as well, up and down, and then let's see if the back windows are. Back windows are not. So your front windows have down, auto one touch down and up, which means, like I said, I just press it down like that and let go, and it's going down. Same way coming up, just kind of hard press it all the way up, and it's going to do that for you. So real nice having the one touch, so I like to mention that if it has it in there. I do like, by the way, when you turn the vehicle off, it does tell you to check for rear occupants. So that is a warning. If you maybe don't have any, you can actually deactivate that in your settings screen. I actually mentioned in one of my videos once, but bringing that on did remind me of that feature too. Again, power windows, locks, mirror switches over here on the door. You do the steering wheel, leather wrap steering wheel, standard equipment STX. I'm kind of blown away of the equipment on this STX. You almost look at it maybe that I could go with an STX and be okay. Other than I do like leather and heated seats, but nice leather wrap steering wheel here. Of course, your levers back behind the steering wheel. You do. Oh, forgot to mention, it does have manual tilt and telescoping steering wheel, so it goes up and down, forward and back, and then just pull that lever back when you're done. The left lever behind the steering wheel back here does control your wipers, so you would turn those wipers on. The one in the middle towards the inside is going to be your rear wiper back there, and then of course you go up and down for your turn signal as well right there. And then on the steering wheel itself, you have 2 D-pads. The one over here on the left will control the 4.2-inch productivity screen right there, and a lot of people call it your instrument cluster area. So that screen is where you can control your settings and different things that I talked about earlier about your lighting and such. You probably saw some clips of that. That's that screen there, and below that is your cruise control. Standard equipment will be your cruise control, even on this STX trim over here. On the right side, the D-pad over there is going to control your volume control, also some audio controls, presettings for stations, using those left and right buttons there. And then below that is where you're going to see your sync system, where you can connect via Bluetooth, using those buttons to be able to make and receive phone calls, and a volume. You can mute your volume right there, as well as ending your calls and making calls right there using those buttons right there on the steering wheel. So I like that. Push button start, even on the STX. So I want you to unlock it, get inside, you put the keys away. You can just press the brake and start it using the push button start. This is not a doesn't have the heavy duty trailer tow package, so you can see these are where the spots would be for the trailer tow pack and the trailer brake controller, as well as the Pro Trailer Backup Assist. I probably showed you some clips from an XLT video that I did last year with it on there, but that's where those would be located. So you kind of have a coin thing you could put in there if you don't have the integrated trailer brake controller. Here on the climate control, as I mentioned, tri-zone climate control, so the driver and front passenger have 2 different temperatures, as well as those in the rear can have a different temperature. So that's how that works. Automatic setting means that you can actually see the numbers of what temperature you want it on. I like that feature. It's a great feature there. AM/FM audio sound system, 6-speaker audio sound system here with this standard equipment, and does have the 8-inch touchscreen, so it will have Sync 3 with the 911 assist, the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto as well feature. Your backup camera comes into view in the full 8-inch touchscreen there, so you have the capabilities to control your phone there, as well as radio through that touchscreen as well up there. Up here you do have a little padded area up here, so you can put some smaller items up there if you need to. You need to stow up there. I use mine all the time in my truck, so you can put things up there as well. Above the screen, I forgot to mention, that's where you're going to see your buttons for traction control. You can turn that off, that right button right there, as well as you do have your hill descent control right there as well. So because this has the 4x4 system, that's where that button is going to be located. And then up here you do have your hazard, and then that other button there with the car going out of the lane, that is your lane keeping system. So that's how you would activate the lane keeping system. So you press that button to activate it, and then this comes standard as part of the Copilot 360 with lane keeping system. So it gives you a driver alert system. So if you have that activated, if you take the hands off the steering wheel too often, it'll let you know that you're doing that. Also has that lane keeping aid system and alert system. The way the alert system works is if you're driving along and you leave your lane, it'll let you leave your lane, but it's going to vibrate the steering wheel and let you know you've left your lane. The aid system actually tries to keep you in your lane, so it's going to activate a little bit earlier, and then if you get over close to those lines, it'll try to use torque vectoring, bring it back, and keep you in your lane. So lane keeping system is going to be activated whether you have the cruise set or not. It has nothing to do with the cruise control, so you can have that activated even when you're driving in town, so you're not paying attention. I liked having that when I was teaching kids to drive. Came in real handy, just making sure they stay in their lane there. Up here you do have, a day-night mirror, so you just flip this lever down when cars come up behind you with those bright lights, just using that lever. And then overhead console here, you will see does have the interior lights as well as the sunglass bin. So you can just store those sunglasses in there. I use mine all the time, putting them up there so they're kind of out of the way and they don't get bent or anything like that. Down here in the console, this does have what I call a media hub. So you have this door you push open here, and then you have a compartment down there. You have a USB Type A and Type C charger in there, so you can plug it in, store it right in there if you want to. You can also, there's a spot on both sides of this console too to store things, and I like to put my phone actually right here in this little section here. I put my phone in there and just kind of lean it over. Real nice being able to do that as well, or you can put pins and stuff like that. That's what it was really designed for. You will see the rotary dial shifter. We've already showed you that with the select shift buttons behind that. That's what the plus and minus are, and then your drive mode dial is right here. This is the 1-speed 4x4 system with the 2 high and the 4 auto. And then of course your cup holders right there. Then you have a nice padded armrest right here, so you can open that up. You have a tray that slides back and forth. You can put smaller things in there, coins, that kind of stuff. There is a power point down in there if you look down there, and a really big compartment to put things in. And we put all kinds of stuff in ours, so real nice having that storage there. And also you do have a glove box as well as another compartment up above your glove box right there. You flip it by pressing that button there, and that opens up. So actually, if you notice that, this is the same dash that you see in a Super Duty, F1 or a Ford Super Duty. So you're gonna have that, and then another power point over here, just under your vent over there. So pretty well equipped, even for this STX trim here. Real nice equipment on this. So if you're looking for really an entry level, you don't need a lot of frills and everything, don't plan on needing to haul more than 5 people, this may be a good trim for you to look at getting. But let's talk about a couple other standalone options in a package you might consider as well.
So there is one package that is available on the STX trim. You're not going to see a lot of these other packages because this really is the base trim. They're wanting you to really go to the XLT for a lot of those other features. But you do have a way to be able to tow more with this. So you can get the heavy duty trailer tow package on the STX trim. So that gives you that 9,300 pounds of towing capabilities with this package. What it's going to do is it's going to upgrade a lot of things for the vehicle and allow you to be able to tow the vehicle a little bit easier and more conveniently with a couple other options. So one of the things you're going to see upgraded is the radiator. So you're going to get a heavy duty radiator in this. So a bigger radiator, more capable to handle and allowing that engine to cool down when you're towing that heavy weight behind it. So you're going to get that. Also, you're going to get upgraded with the 373 non-limitless slip rear axle. And forgot to mention the rear axles in case you're wondering. I usually don't cover those on the Expedition because they're standard. You really have an option. So there's no optional gear ratios you can get. They're all going to be standard, but the 2-wheel drives will come standard in the 315 non-limitless slip, and the 4x4s will come standard with a 331 non-limitless slip rear axle. So going to this package gives you the 373 non-limitless slip rear axle, helping you get that load started when you're pulling something. Also, you're going to get the automatic you're going to get 2-speed automatic 4-wheel drive system. So instead of just having a 2 high and the 4 auto, you're going to also get a 4 low, and a 4 high there. You're going to have 4 buttons there on that. And of course, this vehicle doesn't have that package on it, but it'll have that. Hopefully I have a clip from one of my older vehicles from last year that have that same system on it. So that way you're going to be able to shift into 4 high, 4 low if you need it, especially putting that 4 low if you have a load back there, maybe pulling out of a water or something. That can help you out and get that load moved where you need it to. Also, you're going to get with this, you're going to get the integrated trailer brake controller, which helps you brake that so you don't use a lot of your brake pads there. Also, what you're going to do too is you're going to get the Pro Trailer Backup Assist. That's that dial. So use that dial to control the trailer with your camera system, and knowing if you just use that dial to turn it and then it just turns your steering wheel for you. So that way you don't have to try to remember if I go left to go right or whatever for your trailer. For those that are new to trailering and such, that really can come in handy. So that system there. So this package is real handy. Again, it's an optional package you can add to your STX trim so you can get that maximum amount of trailer towing. So let's talk about some standalone options now. There are about 6, and it's easy for me to try to remember if I remember the numbers, how many I need to cover, but there are a couple on the front that I want to talk about. One of them is that front license plate bracket. Again, we mentioned earlier, standard equipment, states that require a front tag, states like Kansas that does not, it is a standalone option. But luckily for us, it is a no-charge option, and we will always put it on the front of the vehicle for you. We do sell it to a lot of out-of-state, do a lot of sales out-of-state to those different states that require a front tag. That's why we order on all of our vehicles. You can also get the engine block heater. So if you live in a cold weather state a lot, keep your vehicle outside, you want it to warm up real easy, you can get the engine block heater up there. I think it's about $190 to $100, depends on the vehicle. So not too bad of a cost there if you're in those types of situation there. Also, in the back, you do have the reverse sensing system. So rear view camera, but you can, as standalone option, get the reverse sensing. So you're going to get alerted as you're backing up, get too close to something as well in the back. So having the reverse sensing is a nice feature to have. Even on this STX, you can get it as a standalone option, which I like. Also, you can upgrade to the ControlTrac with the 373 electronic limited slip differential. So you can, that is available. It does require to have 4x4, by the way, so it's available on the 4x4s. Does upgrade your 4x4 system as well with this package or with this option, so you can go with this option, giving you the upgraded 2-speed 4-wheel drive system with neutral towing. So if you don't want the heavy-duty trailer tow package, but you want that, you can just add this option and it gives you that. So 373 as well, upgrading the gear ratio there for your electronic limited slip differential. Also, for the interior, a couple ways to protect your interior. One of them is the all-weather floor mats, or what they call the floor liners on the build and price. So it'll still come with your carpeted mat, so it's probably going to be a $200 charge there for that, but it's going to give you the floor liners in the front seat, footwells in the front, as well as the second row. So you're going to have those to protect the interior cargo. So it'll come with both those mats, so you could, in the wintertime, you can throw in the all-weather mats, or if you just want to use those, just leave we get a lot of trade-ins with the carpeted mats just sitting in the back in those packages all the time, so that is an option. Also, cargo mat. You can get a reversible cargo mat, so I think what it is, it's probably carpet on one side, on the other side is more of an all-weather material. They cover that whole cargo area back there, so that's available for you as optional equipment too. So 6 great standalone options as well as that package, so there are still some pretty good options for this STX trim, as you can see. So as you can see, this STX trim is new for this year. Again, it is available. It'll be listed under XL. So if you're on build and price, you can go to the XL trim. And then this probably is maybe the only equipment group to choose. But this is the 104A equipment group. Again, the 100, 101, and 102A are not available for retail customers, only available for fleet customers. So I typically don't cover those. This is really for those customers out there looking to order one, maybe not associated with a business. If you're looking for one of those, you're wanting some information on those, just reach out. We can give you some information, send you the order guide. Pretty much, for the most part, those will come standard with all the features we covered other than, that Sync 3 system. And the upgrades to the wheels. So that's pretty much the difference there. Of course, you wouldn't have the badging on the side either. So the grill may look a little different as well, but just a couple different changes to it, and that's how they're going to come standard if you're curious on that. So hopefully you got some good information from this, and we do free shipping. I don't know if you saw the clip at the beginning of this, but we do free shipping. So if you're interested in one of our vehicles and like to work with us, you live a little bit further away, we will do free shipping. We do ask you just finance a vehicle with us. It's that simple. If you're planning on financing a vehicle anyway, we can ship it right to your door. We do cap it at $1,000 just because we are just getting a kickback from the lenders, and that's how we pay for that. And that's why we ask you to finance it with us, is that we get enough kickback. And sometimes you know, we don't get too much of a kickback, so we do limit that at $1,000. If you live a little further away, pretty hard. You'd have to be really on the coast for us not to be able to ship under $1,000. Being in Salina, Kansas, we can pretty much go to about anywhere in the mainland USA for less than $1,000 and get this vehicle delivered right to your door. So if you want to get it from a vehicle that knows their product, get the vehicle ordered exactly the way you want it to, and gives you that great internet price, then you can go ahead and get the free shipping. Reach out to us, we can help you out. Numbers are on the screen, as well as our website, McArthur.com. You can see our inventory there. We got a couple of these STXs in stock right now at the time of this being aired on YouTube, but we can special order. And in fact, right now I recommend that if you're wanting to get a vehicle, a new vehicle, special order it. Right now, Ford's not building anything, at the time of this video anyway. Ford is not building any retail or wholesale vehicles is what we call that would sit on our lot. It's only customers that wanting special builds. And so also that's a way you can guarantee getting a vehicle price at close to MSRP. We can usually, of course, anything we build and have custom built at the factory like that, we will always sell it at MSRP. A lot of vehicles right now are over MSRP, which is kind of crazy and everything, and we have to do the same thing to try to keep some of this inventory. But if you're wanting something specially ordered, that's what I recommend you do right now. It does take a little while, but if you're not in a hurry, that's the best way to get a new vehicle right now and get a great deal. And you actually get an extra rebate from Ford as well if you special order the vehicle. I think it's up to $1,000 on each of the vehicles. So, so just a couple things for you to know about that. And if you want to work with us, we can help you out with that as well. Don't forget, if you did like this video, smash that like button. Hopefully you got some information from this. And don't forget to drop your comments down below. Have any questions, I answer those. I read those, respond to those myself. I take time each day to be able to reply to those comments. So leave those comments down below. Also, don't forget to share this video out. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, hit the red subscribe button down below so you can get subscribed to the channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. That way you get notified the next time we have another video uploaded to our YouTube channel. You can also find us on social media if you want to learn a little bit more about us. We're at McArthur on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, so you can follow us there. And until the next video, we'll see you later.